as managers, we're often devising bureaucratic principles, rules, regulations that stop people from doing what we don't want. And then the other thing we try to do is we change their behavior. So we try to get them to believe that the environment is important, or to believe that profit should be their main motive, the main thing they're thinking about all day. And in the case of diversity management, this is exactly what we tend to do. We try to come up with, or the things that are most popular among firms are efforts to control managers' bias through rules, or to change their heads somehow. So the solution has been to fix managers to solve this problem of inequality. And what we find is that's not effective. And psychologists show that in the laboratory and in actual firms, if you create rules that limit what managers can do, they don't follow the rules. They try to exercise self-determination. They try to make their own decisions. So if you create rules, one of the first studies was creating rules about tardyism, being late for work. This company that created rules about being late for work or about being absent from work caused absenteeism and tardiness, not showing up and being late, to skyrocket. Because people, when they saw the rules, before they thought they got to work on time because they were good employees. They thought they showed up every day because they were upstanding citizens. But once there were rules, they said, well, I'm making my own decisions. So I'll show up at work when I want to show up. So we have a lot of studies now showing that trying to create rules and then also trying to train people to change their minds about something, both of these things tend not to work. So some of the things that companies did early on, one thing that US companies did was to create job tests. And the idea here was managers are hiring their friends. So we're going to make managers give everyone a test, and then they won't be able to hire their friends, and so they won't be able to discriminate. So for example, we see that when companies put in job tests, it doesn't lead to increases in white women in management. It leads to a decrease. Because a job test says to a manager, you can't choose whoever you want. You have to choose the person who does the best on the test. And when we talk to managers about this, they say, yeah, well, they put these job tests in, but I figured out a way to get around that. So the job test is a challenge. Can you hire whoever you want even though they didn't do so well on the job test?